We're hooked up again on the Carolina. Seems to do the trick today. It's a nice fish. Oh, wow. That is a nice fish. Look at that. Super hard strike. Bait chunky grub. And a lovely perch. Just look at this specimen. What a fish.
Carolina rig is one of my go-to techniques when the perch is really picky, really slow, and they simply just don't want to bite. Carolina is basically a weight up here that is dragging in the bottom, releasing some sediments from the bottom, and after that we have a long leader. This one is extremely long, down to a lure, and my go-to lure is for sure the bait chunky grub.
Nice strike on the Carolina. Bait chunky grub. Decent sized fish, good take. Always nice to catch fish on nice finesse methods. The bait chunky grub is floating once again, so if you're dragging this bullet weight on the bottom, brushing up some sediment, and 1 meter behind comes the grub and just moving around, slowly wiggling its tail just above the bottom. The perch, the lure is presented perfectly for the perch in their feeding window. If they are tricky and just standing on the bottom, they can't resist it. The Carolina rig is finesse type of rig, but of course you decide how heavy bullet weight you're using. But you can use anything from like 3 gram bullet weights up to 20 grams bullet weights. But it's very good to cover water with this technique. Just throw it out, and it's very easy method. Throw it out, let it rest, let it sink, take a few turns, stop, pause, patience. Few more turns. There are no jigging motions or stuff like that. Just take it easy, reel it, pause, let the perch decide if it wants to take the lure or not. Reel it again. A few unique things with this method is the long leader. Due to this long leader, I prefer to use a bit longer rods. This is long universal. It's a 7.7 feet long rod, and the length of this rod really helps when you're throwing these long leaders. Like I said, this one is extremely long, but I prefer to have these long leaders. You can easily have a leader that is maybe 1 meter from the bullet weight down to the hook, and this, I think this is close to 2 meters. So you have your rod, reel, and your braided line, and now you're gonna do your first leader material. Grab a fluorocarbon material, which I have here, and your braided line, and then you put them over each other like this, and take one of the line, make a loop around the other line, and then you twist the line around this loop, maybe 3 or 4 times, moisture it, put it together. Then we go over to the other side. In this case, we take the braided line, loop it around the fluorocarbon, just like we did before, loop the fluorocarbon around the braided line, and start twisting it. And am usually twisting the braided line like 5 or 6 times, while I only go 3 or 4 times on the fluorocarbon. And there is it is trickier with thicker fluorocarbon, but with this size it's okay. Some moisture, and then you have 1 knot here and 1 knot there. Give it some moisture, push it together, and they will clinch together. And that is a beautiful knot. And if the knot comes out perfect, you will have 1 tag end going one way and 1 tag end going the other way. So this is a very strong knot, perfect to connect your leader material. We have a strong fish here. They are so strong right now and angry. I actually thought this one were bigger. It's a nice fish, but I thought it was bigger. But it's a 40 plus perch, or around 40 centimeters. It felt bigger, but they are so strong now. They have spawned and they are feeding right now, so they are super aggressive, and the takes are so hard. So another one is going back. What a lovely day fishing for perch. So Carolina rig, when you need to cover water, but you need to do it slowly and give a good presentation all the time for the perch. And if you need the presentation to be just above the bottom, above this grass that is sitting on the bottom, Carolina rigs.